Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the FlixList. Today, in honor of the Dark Phoenix coming out, I am giving you my top 4 X-Men movies of all time. Hey everyone and welcome back. Well, this is the Flixist. Hopefully you're familiar with it. I am Nathan, one of the contributing writers for Flixist, and what I do here is I give you a countdown. Usually, something to do with a movie that's coming out. And we all know that The Dark Phoenix is coming out this weekend, and we can't really say it's a good movie. In fact, Rick, one of our writers at Flixist, he has an article out there that is the top 5 reasons you shouldn't see Dark Phoenix. Yeah, there's some dedication to a cause there. Some of those reasons are lack of originality, how the trailer basically gives away the entire movie. Nothing in the world makes me more angry than that. And it's basically plagued by reshoots, but there's also more. So I've attached that article down here. So after you watch the video, you should click on that, read it, understand it, and then if you want to go out there and journey out to see it, go for it. We ain't gonna stop you. But here on the FlixList, I like to focus on the good. I don't want to spend too much time on the bad. So I'm here to give you my top 4 X-Men movies. It was supposed to be 3, but I'm not going to make too many tough decisions. It was a close one. We have a little tie here. You're about to see it soon. So we're going to get in the list. All right, we're going to talk about it. The X-Men franchise is a wonderful franchise. It's been around for a very long time, almost 20 years. And this is going to be the end of it, but we all know, thanks to Disney, it's not. And it's going to be very interesting to see where it goes. Definitely very interesting. So let's start with the list, all right? We're going to start with number 4, and that is X-Men First Class. This movie saved the franchise, in my opinion. It basically restarted it, brought in younger actors, kind of went back. And it did what I love so much about comic book movies, is it took time to focus on exposition, on character development, on motivation, on relationships, things that really matter. We get Michael Fassbender as Magneto, and we get James McAvoy as Professor Xavier, and you see them as friends. You don't see them as mortal enemies, and so you kind of get an idea of their relationship and their reasons for why they come to be what they are, and I loved every minute of it. It's really nice to get a sort of flashback, but a flashback that's an entire movie. This one is so good. The cast is very good. I'm not the biggest fan of Jennifer Lawrence in this movie. It's kind of like she didn't even want to be in it. It's just like, where's my Hunger Games check? But I'll take one of these too. This movie is great, and it's worth revisiting if you haven't seen it in a while. It is, I guess, partially to blame for why Dark Phoenix is happening, but we'll look past it. It's good. So it comes in a solid number 4. Now we're moving up to number 2 because we have a tie. I could not decide between these 2 movies because these 2 movies, even though they seem incredibly different, both work for the exact same way. And that is Logan and Deadpool. Really different movies, right? But it works, trust me. Because they do something different than any other X-Men movie in the franchise. Deadpool is a flat-out comedy. It is hilarious, it's over the top, it's vulgar, it's a hard R. It is not a family movie. X-Men movies try to be family. They try to hang on that PG-13 line. They don't go too hard. Deadpool went hard, but it had a character that you grew to love and a relationship storyline with him and his girlfriend that you really attached yourself to. And I started to feel things that I never thought I would have felt in a Deadpool movie. And the reason because of that is an incredible performance. Now we're going to go to Logan. Logan is like a Western samurai old town movie. It's incredible. It's anything like another X-Men movie. It's like noir. It's just deep roots of cinema, of like vengeance story. And it's hard R as well, but it's led by an incredible performance and really, really great directing. And you grow to love this man, and you don't want anything to happen to him, but it's the first time that any X-Men movie has really ever faced mortality, especially with Wolverine. And so it deals with like really human issues that usually you wouldn't come across in an X-Men movie, especially whenever you're focused on Wolverine. Both of these are amazing because of their main actors. It's funny that they kind of have a thing that they've been going back and forth, which is one of the best jokes, is Hugh Jackman versus Ryan Reynolds. Also, a really wonderful supporting cast. Obviously, people in Deadpool are great. Patrick Stewart's wonderful. Stephen Merchant pops up in Logan. It's fun. I love these movies because it took everything that X-Men was doing before and kind of flipped it and then just made its own movie, but still using that universe. And that's why they definitely deserve the number 2 point on the Flix list. Number 1. What's my favorite? We're going way, 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 way back. We're going all the way to 2003, X2, or X-Men United, whatever you want to call it. Without this film, I don't think the X-Men franchise would have been a thing. The first X-Men was fine. It was different. It was slightly enjoyable, but it was just kind of like, oh, this is what it is. It's a bunch of people fighting. X-Men 2 was basically like, okay, let's take this and let's make a really great movie with really great characters and really surprising action sequences and really challenging storylines. And they nailed it. I'm not going to mention the director's name because he's a POS human, but he did a really good job with this film. Alan Cumming is the absolute greatest casting in the history of the X-Men universe as Nightcrawler. I love Alan Cumming. It was bold, out of nowhere. Who would have saw that coming? Really great character as well, of being brainwashed, so you're dealing with good and evil and you're rooting for him, but also he's terrible. You get a lot of really great performances in this with that young X-Men crew. I love this movie because it blends emotion, blends lighthearted action. The end scene kind of gives you a little ode to the Phoenix, which is not really paying off some 16 years later. But X2 is outstanding. It's incredible source material, incredible, it led to everything that it is and really kind of gave what the franchise what we got today. So yeah, that's the Flix list. If you're gonna go see Dark Phoenix, let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear someone that loves this movie so I can give some sort of idea. Maybe I do want to see it. But these were the best. I hope you agreed. Tell me what you think below. We have some other Flix lists on our way. Flix lists to check out in the back. Hope you're enjoying them. I've been Nathan, and this has been the Flix List.